Yeah, that was very, very interesting to find out the details. And you just put Google's an amazing tool, isn't it? Hello and welcome once again to M Cubed. I am Brian, the Motley Mix Merchant. Thank you very much for dropping by. If it's the first time you've been with us, here's the thing. I am a Canadian eBay reseller. I am picking up a lot of items at auctions. I used to do the thrift store thing, but now I'm pretty much strictly doing auctions and getting boxes and boxes of things very cheaply and then turning it around and reselling it on eBay for a little bit of profit and having a lot of fun in the meantime. And I am chronicling it all right here on YouTube to show everybody my successes and my failures and to pass along some of the information and knowledge that I'm learning along the way. And there is lots and lots of that. So what I usually do, go through what's sold in the past week, take a look at some of my auction finds at the most recent auction, and then discuss whatever's on my mind, but not much to talk about today except what's sold on eBay. So let's start with that. And not a bad week, 7 days since I saw you last, and 6 items sold. It's just under my 1 per day goal, but it wasn't too bad. Good weekend. Actually, Friday through Sunday was the busiest time. I think 5 of the 6 items sold over that 48-hour period or so. So not bad. Let's run through them. First off, most recently, just yesterday, I believe, it's a beautiful set of Waterford holiday heirlooms. They are glass Santa ornaments, and I got those at the box lot sale a few weeks ago. Brand new in the box, never been opened, still factory sealed in the cellophane, and sold them for $25 plus free shipping. Nice little find. And the second item, which sold out of the box lot sales, the first item is coming up a little later on in this list, so good return on that one. That probably cost me $2 in a box of other items. No, you know what? That one cost me $3 because I bought that on its own. So a little bit of profit. Good one on that piece of Christmas decorations. Great time to be selling those right now if you haven't been doing it already. Also sold this week something that was just thrown in the bottom of a box from an auction back in October. It is a ARC, A-R-C is the company, ARC made in France, wire bale lid sealing jar, and had a beautiful little design on the sides. Sold it for $12.99 plus $6 towards the shipping. I think it ended up costing me $9 total for shipping, $9 Canadian, so definitely made out about right on that. But again, this probably cost me 50 cents, if a quarter, at the bottom of a box of other glass and ceramic ware that I got at an auction about a month ago. And it probably I don't think it finished its first 30-day cycle in the store, so that one sold fairly quickly. Up next, something that's been in the store for a couple of months now, but if you remember, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I picked up a whole bunch of Royal Albert and the like teacups and saucers about 2 months ago at one of the auctions. Well, I bundled a bunch of the saucers together. There was no teacups to go with them. They were all in great shape, but again, it was just plain old saucers. And so I sold the 9 saucers for $21 with free shipping. Cost about $10 Canadian to ship those. But with this one, it's interesting because I almost got myself in trouble. I had forgotten that I had listed a number of those 9 saucers separately as individual items. So I would have been in a little bit of trouble if one of the saucers had sold on its own and I forgot to take down the lot item. But I got lucky. Everything was still there when I found it on the disaster of a storage system I have going in the laundry room right now. But yeah, $21, not bad for saucers that probably cost me $3 total. Up next, something I've had in the store for a long time, probably 4 months now, on its 4th cycle on the 30-day renewals. And, you know, I thought it was going to be worth a little bit more, but I still made out okay on it. It is the Eric Estrada Paunch action figure from the old TV show Chips in the 70s. I've had that for quite a while, bought it at auction. I think I paid up for it a little bit, $15 Canadian, if I'm not mistaken, because somebody else was looking for that as well in the same auction. So I paid 15 Canadian for it, sold it for $35 US plus $6 towards the shipping. So that's 41 US. That makes it about $50 Canadian. I paid 15, probably cost me, if I remember, it cost me about 12 to ship it because it was going fairly far away. So all said and done, maybe $10 to $15 profit on it. So that's what I'm looking for. If I can get $10 to $15 profit on every item I sell, and I can sell 30 items in a month, I'll be very, very happy. So that one made me very, very happy. This next thing's interesting as well. It is our name is Mud is the company. It's a pair of mugs, that matching pair of mugs. One says the Queen of Everything. The other was the King of What's Left. Now the interesting thing is I sold this for $21.99 with free shipping. Again, $10 shipping maybe. But I could not get rid of these for the life of me at all in the summertime. I couldn't do it at the yard sale. I had them, the pair of them, for $5. Nobody took them. I had them at the vendor's market when I went out to the auction market back in the summertime. I think I actually had them for $1 a piece at the vendor's market, and nobody took them there either. So nobody wanted them really cheap here in my local area, and I sold them for $22 US online. So that's what happens when you get things that maybe somebody in your local area doesn't want, but it's a really big market out there all across North America, so you never know where or how much your stuff is going to sell for. And finally, the very first thing that sold off of the box lots that I got 2 weeks ago. It is a pair of original apple. Let me see, this is a tough one. Original apple baker dishes. There you go. Made in Paris, Maine. I'd never heard of them before, but when I saw them at the box lots, I did a real quick look up on eBay, and sure enough, they were selling. So I sold my pair for $20 with free shipping. Again, costing me about 10 Canadian, but it's 20 US I'm picking up. So I'm still making $5 to $7, $8 profit on everything that sells for 20 bucks or more. But yeah, that was the very first thing that sold that I had listed from the box lots. And as far as the box lot stuff goes, I'm still going through it. I'm going to show you 5 items that I found and that I knew were in the boxes, but I thought it would be interesting to pass along to you coming up here in a second. But right now I've got 30 items listed from the box lots from a week and a half ago. I probably have another 20 to go. I do have the Mikasa Chinaware that I've split up into probably 4 listings that has to go up still. I've got some smaller items that I have found that I actually have found are worth a little bit, so I'm going to put them up as well. But yeah, so for the $60 Canadian that I spent at the box lots, I have already put up 30 items, another 20 to go, so that's 50. And as I say, if I can make around $10 profit on each one, that's $500 profit on a $60 investment, and that's all right by me. I'll take that all day, every day, any day, as I say. All right, so let's look at the 6 items that sold on eBay this week. It's getting a few views actually on the stuff that I'm putting up there now, and it's that time of year. Of course, it's fourth quarter, and people are looking for gifts. And I didn't think I had very many gift items in my store. The mugs probably are a good example of something that would be a gift type item that I just sold, but a lot of collectibles and collection type stuff, so that's okay. As long as I'm getting the views, it's going to eventually pay off into sales, right? So, but it was a good week. I'm happy with 6 sales in 7 days, and we'll carry on and keep plugging away here through the rest of November and into December. Now, the auction box lot that I had from a week and a half ago, been going through and finding some really cool things. So let's go right into it. Here's what I found. This thing first, you saw this maybe on the thumbnail. It is a snow globe, obviously. Oh, don't start playing. Oh, it's playing. There you go. I was trying to avoid having it play because it plays and plays and plays when even if you turn it just once. It is Twinkle brand. Twinkle Collectibles is the brand, and that's what I found out, a very desirable brand of snow globes. As you can see, very ornate detailing in the birds and the wood and the flowers that are on the base. Inside, it does rotate. Again, I'm not going to start it up because it'll play and play and play. So yeah, it's very cool, and good prices on these. I've got this listed right now for $34.99 in the eBay store. Again, probably costs me a total of $1.50 max in a box with a few other items from the box lot sale. So hoping to get a really good return on that one. And they've got a lot of Disney related ones and other ones that sell well because they make them up very, very nice. And I love the detailing on the birds on the bottom of that. It's it actually plays the Waltz of the Flowers, which is from the Nutcracker, which is a Christmas play, but it's a springtime scene. So interesting combination of the two there. Found these. I knew these were in there. This is one of 5 pewter mugs with a glass bottom, and no, it is not clean. I did not clean these yet. There's still a sticker residue on every single one of the mugs to get off. I'm kind of worried about how that's going to leave a mark on the pewter, but I'll deal with that after I do one. One's really, really banged up, so I'm going to try and get the sticker residue off of the banged up one first and see what happens, because I won't be too upset if the banged up one gets wrecked because of having to use the nail polish remover for the sticker residue. But I've got 5 of these, probably 4 of them in a grouping. You know, they're Canadian made. Marlboro is the company, made in Canada. Put 4 of them together, probably get $25 Canadian for them. If you remember, I had the big lot of pewter that I sold a few months ago, but there's only 4 of them in this grouping. But yeah, with the glass bottom, and really good shape and nice pewter, probably $25 or so for the 4 mugs that were in the box. There's a 5th one as well. Not sure if I'm going to sell that one. It's got a sticker on the side of a small town in Ontario, so we'll see if that one even, maybe if I even bother putting that up there, save that for a yard sale next year. This is an interesting piece here. This is, as you can see, figurine, ceramic figurine, 6 inches tall. It's a woman mandolin player, seated. You can see there. But here is where the kicker is. Made in occupied Japan, as the camera can't decide what to focus on. Sorry. Made in occupied Japan. So that means it was from 1945 to 1951 when this piece was made. It's in gorgeous shape. Not a chip, not a crack, not a missing limb, not anything wrong with it. I've only got it listed on the site for $15 because that's about the comps that I could find for items that were 6 inches tall or so. But it's getting a lot of traction. I've only had it up on the site for 2 days, and there's been tons of views, and there's a few watchers already. So I'm wondering if I underpriced it a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it, because what I've decided is that I want to get things moving. I want to sell the stuff. I don't want it to sit there in the store. I'm not going to let it sit in the store for the sake of $5 when I could be selling things and getting the flow through of money and items from the store. So yeah, $15 on the eBay site, and I'm hoping that goes pretty quickly because it seems to be getting a lot of interest along the way so far. Up next, there's this beautiful ceramic porcelain basket weaving style, and a beautiful tulip handle. Now, unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, there is an issue. Where is it? See, the thing is, it's a small issue, so it's really tough. I can't even see it. There it is. There is a, where are you? There you are. Can't really see it. There is a crack, a chip on the edge of the flower. But when you're looking at it from the outside, you really can't see much of anything. So it's very well described in the listing and pointed out in the pictures and all that kind of stuff. But this beautiful little piece, made in Portugal, Studio Nova, fairly well known for having ceramics and that kind of thing out of Portugal. It's probably a $29 to $35 item, but I've got it for $24.99 because of the chipped flower. So we'll see what goes. But they sell fairly well. Beautiful design with the basket weave, handmade, of course. You can't make that very well with a machine when you're interlacing the basket weaving like that. So yeah, that was a cute piece. And again, that's in a box, probably $5 for the box with 3 or 4 items. So $1.50 maybe max for that nice item. Hopefully going to get me about a $25 return. One final thing to show you. And it's one of those things where we've talked about it before. You do your research and you try and find out more information about an item, and you may be surprised what you find. Well, there's this tiny little vase. Here it is here. It's got the nice little design on it here. And, you know, it didn't seem to be anything special. I mean, it's not super special. It's not a $500 item or anything, but, you know, it didn't look like anything special. I thought it was going to be just to be able to offer, list it as a ceramic vase, whatever. And then, of course, but I did know it says West Germany on the bottom. So it was made in West Germany before amalgamation. And then there's a number on there. So I just, for the heck of it, inputted West Germany and the number into Google, and a whole bunch of these came up. A whole bunch of these came up. Very, very well-known maker, and I want to say it's Scherer. Scherer, I think, is the name. West German pottery maker. So this is what I thought was going to be maybe a $12 to $15 item is now a $20 item in the eBay store. And you know, it's getting a little bit of action too. A few viewers, a lot of viewers, and a few watchers as well in 5 days. So, but it's a beautiful piece, nicely handmade with the is that volcano glaze? Maybe you can answer down below if you know. Is that called volcano glaze or lava glaze? I think it's lava glaze when it's done in that kind of a style. So yeah, that was very, very interesting to find out the details. And you just put, Google's an amazing tool, isn't it? It's just really, really helped me out with that one. And it was fun to take a look and see. Almost soon I put that number in and boom, there it was. That was cool. So just a few of the things that I've found in the past week going through the auction lot. As I mentioned, probably just over halfway through it. 30 items listed. You know, I'm getting down there as far as what I can and can't list. Some things in the boxes just aren't worth it. I'm going to be doing another video in the next few days strictly talking about Blue Mountain pottery, because I have a lot of it. And I have a lot of Blue Mountain style pottery because there are other companies in Ontario, Canada, who started making the exact same style of pottery as Blue Mountain. And so Blue Mountain pottery, as I mentioned, is almost a genre of its own right now. So I'm going to be talking a bit about that in another video coming up in the next few days. But let's just say I have a lot of Blue Mountain pottery, a lot of small animal figurines from Blue Mountain pottery, which I've been grouping into lots, and a couple of bigger items that I'm going to sell individually. So we'll see how that goes. But again, and that stuff is also very popular and getting a lot of traction as well. So how has your week been? I hope you've had a good week with your thrifting and your reselling, and maybe fourth quarter is doing a lot better for you than it is for me. It's not made any difference to my store, but I'm hoping it's been very good to you so far. And leave a comment below, if you will. What's the one item that you never thought would sell that you sold in this fourth quarter? Maybe because it's this fourth quarter and people are looking for interesting things or things that you never thought would sell. Leave your comments in the section below and let everybody know exactly what you're selling that you never thought you would. Thanks for dropping by. I will see you very soon on another episode of M Cubed. Cheers.